Join me as I dive into Psalm 23 and see if I can truly uncover the guidance it promises for my life. Psalm 23 is often referred to as one of the most comforting passages in the entire Bible, but I want to take it a step further and explore how it can also be a powerful source of guidance in our lives. As we navigate the ups and downs of life, it's easy to feel overwhelmed and uncertain about the future. But what if we could tap into a deeper sense of direction and purpose? That's what I want to explore today, and I'm excited to see what Psalm 23 has in store for us. I think we can all relate to feeling uncertain or anxious about the future at some point in our lives. Whether it's a major life decision, a looming deadline, or just the everyday pressures of life, it's easy to feel like we're stuck in the dark, searching for a glimmer of hope. And that's exactly why we need guidance. We need someone or something to point us in the right direction, to offer us wisdom and clarity when we're feeling lost. But where do we find that guidance? For many of us, the answer lies in our faith. We turn to God, praying for direction and guidance in times of need. But what does that really look like? How do we tap into God's guidance when we're feeling stuck or uncertain? The world we live in can be a chaotic and overwhelming place. It's easy to feel like we're just trying to survive rather than truly thrive. And that's exactly why we need a deeper sense of guidance and direction in our lives. The imagery of Psalm 23 is so powerful because it speaks directly to this need for guidance. The psalmist writes about God as our shepherd, guiding us along the right paths, leading us to still waters, and restoring our souls. This isn't just a romanticized image of a peaceful countryside. It's a profound representation of God's care and guidance in our lives. The idea of God as our shepherd is so comforting because it reminds us that we're not alone. We're not just wandering through life without a sense of direction. Instead, we have a loving God who is actively guiding us, leading us towards a place of peace and rest. And that's exactly what we need when we're feeling uncertain or anxious. When we feel like we're stuck in the dark, Psalm 23 reminds us that God is always with us, guiding us through the darkest valleys and leading us towards a brighter future. This psalm isn't just a source of comfort. It's a declaration of God's sovereignty and guidance in our lives. I want to share a personal story that really illustrates the power of Psalm 23 in times of uncertainty. A few years ago, I was facing a major career decision that had me feeling stuck and anxious. I was praying for guidance, but I just couldn't seem to get a clear sense of direction. That's when I turned to Psalm 23. I started praying through the psalm, asking God to guide me and lead me towards the right path. And it was amazing. Slowly but surely, I started to feel a sense of peace and clarity that I hadn't felt in months. Looking back on that experience, I realize now that it was Psalm 23 that gave me the guidance I so desperately needed. It reminded me that God was with me, guiding me and leading me towards a place of peace and rest. And that's exactly what I want to hold on to today. As we wrap up our exploration of Psalm 23, I want to leave you with a sense of reassurance. This psalm isn't just a beautiful piece of poetry. It's a declaration of God's constant presence and guidance in our lives. No matter what you're facing today, remember that God is with you, guiding you, and leading you towards a brighter future. Thanks for joining me on this journey into Psalm 23. If you've got a personal story or experience with this psalm, I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe for more uplifting content and inspiring stories. Be blessed.